Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IS Academy. So today in this session we are going to discuss the most important thing that is going on in our neighborhood, and that is something which can be compared with 1971 war, that is called as Bangladesh Liberation War for independence. So the context of our today's video is brass repeating Mukti Bahini after 54 years? Mukti Bahini, the foremost force behind this Bangladesh Liberation War, that is in 1971, and brass, which is founded in 2025. So the thing here is brass repeating Mukti Bahini after 54 years. So what is the scenario? What if I told you that history is repeating itself after 54 years, and that the nightmare of 1971, that is the rise of Mukti Bahini and the fall of Pakistan, are all playing out again, but this time in Baluchistan region, and not just there, a deep within Bangladesh. The ISI's old games are unraveling, exposing the very people who once stood against the freedom. So, Pakistan's state, the most important thing is, you can say, Pakistan army, which thrived on oppression, enforced disappearances and military brutality, is now facing the consequence of its own action in Baluchistan region. This is the most important thing. Now, recently, the brass, that is Baloch Raji Ajoi Sangar, which has emerged as the new Mukti Bahini. अब ये जो ब्रास नई फोर्स बनी है, ये एक तरीके की मुक्ति बाहिनी के जैसे तौर पर नजर आ रही है, which is striking at the heart of a crumbling Pakistani establishment. And the past week has been disastrous for Pakistan, not just in Baluchistan, where its army is facing the unprecedented resistance, but also in Bangladesh, where its old Razakars have been exposed and are now being hunted down. Now, the thing here, the question here is, what does this mean for South Asia? अब इन सभी चीजों से साउथ एशिया पर क्या असर पड़ने वाला है? Is Pakistan heading towards another military surrender, or is the so-called Islamic Republic on the verge of losing yet another province? What role is ISI playing in Bangladesh? And how are deep state actors trying to control the Dhaka? So this whole story is bigger than you think, and today we unravel it all. So stay with me as we connect the dots between 1971 and 2025, between Mukti Bahini and brass, between the old Razakars and the new ones still lurking in Bangladesh army. So this is the story of history coming full circle. Now, is brass repeating Mukti Bahini after 54 years? क्या ऐसा हो रहा है? तो अब अगर हम बात करें, फ्रॉम बलूचिस्तान टू बांग्लादेश, Razakars are being exposed and shot, while ISI is set to fail another time in Dhaka also. Now, brass appears to be today's Mukti Bahini. brass आज की एक मुक्ति बाहिनी के तौर पर नजर आ रही है. Mukti Bahini, which was formed in 1971 to fight against ISI and Punjabi criminal gangs who were operating in uniforms in East Pakistan, that is Pakistan Army. And exactly after 54 years, brass is formed, that is Baloch Raji Ajoi Sangar, which has turned down the tables. This, as you can see here. So past week has been difficult for Pakistan. So If you see past week, this has been difficult for Pakistan. So not only Pakistani faced utter shame in Baluchistan region, they too failed miserably in their poorly planned games within the Bangladesh army. Now, अब सिचुएशन क्या है? पाकिस्तान आर्मी इज नॉट डिस्क्लोजिंग द ऑफिशियल कैजुअलिटी फिगर्स इन बलूचिस्तान. पाकिस्तान की आर्मी ने अभी तक ऑफिशियल कैजुअलिटी कितनी हुई है उसको डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया है. एंड मैनेजिंग ढाका ऑपरेशन हैज आल्सो बिकम डिफिकल्ट फॉर पाकिस्तान आर्मी नाउ. नाउ there are situational similarities between 1971 war, that is East Pakistan, and 2025 Baluchistan. बहुत सारे similarities हैं 1971 and आज 2025 बलूचिस्तान में. अब कौन कौन से similarities हैं तो आइए देखते हैं. 1971 का अगर हम ईस्ट पाकिस्तान देखें, today which is called as Bangladesh, killings by West Pakistan army was around 3 million. Rapes 400,000. This is the data. And apart from this, I would like to tell you one of the most important suspense here. Here is an archive from US State Department which stating that the telegram of then American Consul General to Dhaka, whose name was Archer Kent. जी हाँ, Archer Kent Blood, and he has written one telegram which is called as selective genocide. इन्होंने एक टेलीग्राम लिखा था, that is selective genocide. अब काफी सारे लोग कहेंगे कि ये एक मनगढ़ंत कहानी बना रहे हैं, एविडेंस भी मैं आपको दिखाता हूं. So let me show you this newspaper article, and ये इंडिया का कोई न्यूज़पेपर नहीं है, ढाका ट्रिब्यून न्यूज़पेपर है. इसी में आया है हाउ यूएस एनवॉय एक्सपोज जेनोसाइड इन ईस्ट पाकिस्तान, द ब्लड टेलीग्राम. एंड अभी मैंने आपको दिखाया दिस यूएस डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्टेट आर्काइव which says that telegram of the at that time American Consul General to Dhaka, whose name was Archer Kent Blood, who has written about the selective genocide, where he reported that, जहां पर इन्होंने ये रिपोर्ट किया था, आप न्यूज़पेपर के आर्टिकल में देखिए, at that time in US Nixon government was there, Richard Nixon, and Henry Kissinger was his Secretary of State. So as you can see this image, Yahya Khan, and यहां पर आप देख सकते हैं निक्सन की फोटो. तो अब एक चीज आप देखिए, while the Nixon Kissinger administration continued supporting military strongman General AM Yahya Khan, यूएस इनको सपोर्ट कर रही थी, जिन्होंने, याद रखिएगा, who launched a crackdown to maintain integrity of Pakistan, and a diplomat in Dhaka urged US government to express shock, describing the atrocities in a telegram on 27 March 1971. इसी के साथ ही साथ इन्होंने टाइटल भी दिया है सेलेक्टिव जेनोसाइड, एंड दैट टेलीग्राम, द टाइटल ऑफ दैट टेलीग्राम वाज सेलेक्टिव जेनोसाइड, एंड दिस वाज सेंट बाय कॉन्सुल जनरल आर्कर के ब्लड, एंड इट पिक्चर्ड द मैसेकर perpetrated by the Pakistani army and non-Bengali Muslims in Dhaka on Awami League leaders as well as supporters, intelligentsia, student, police as well as Hindus. तो ये सारी चीजें न्यूज़पेपर में थी. तो ब्लड ने ये भी कहा है, यूएस एक्सप्रेस शॉक एटलीस्ट प्राइवेटली टू द पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट. ही सेंड सेवरल टेलीग्राम्स टू स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट इन दी फॉलोइंग डेज. तो ये कुछ चीजें न्यूज़पेपर में सामने निकल कर आई हैं. तो अब तो केंट ब्लड ने जो एक टेलीग्राम भेजा था जिसका टाइटल था सेलेक्टिव जेनोसाइड, वेयर ही रिपोर्टेड दैट हियर इन ढाका वी आर म्यूट and horrified and we are witness to a reign of terror by the Pakistan army and Awami League supporters as well as Hindus are systematically being targeted. तो क्या ये सोची समझी साजिश थी डीप स्टेट की? क्या डीप स्टेट ने जेनोसाइड प्रमोट किया था? तो ये आइए समझते हैं. डीप स्टेट प्रमोटेड जेनोसाइड. अब डीप स्टेट का एक सबसे बड़ा जो इंसान था जो कि सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट था, दैट इज हेनरी किसिंजर. नाउ डीप स्टेट जेनोसाइड की अगर हम बात करें तो हेनरी किसिंजर जो उस समय के सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट थे, and he was central figure in shaping the America's foreign policy during the Cold War. Not only remained silent on Bengal genocide, rather supported Pakistan to continue it. इन्होंने पाकिस्तान को सपोर्ट किया था जेनोसाइड करने के लिए। तो इसीलिए कहा जा रहा है दैट एज यू कैन सी हिज इमेज हेनरी किसिंजर। सो अब एक चीज समझिए, वाइल इंडिया एंड रशिया एट दैट टाइम शोड स्पाइन, अ माइटी गोरखा सैम बहादुर जो उस समय के टॉप मोस्ट लीडर, मिलिट्री लीडर थे। So India and Russia showed spine, and a mighty Gorkha Sam Bahadur who sliced Pakistan, and Kissinger supported authoritarian regimes. Kissinger ने support किया था उस समय authoritarian regimes को, and complicitly in human rights abuses. When India and Russia stood with Bengalis, then United States of America sent 7th Fleet to support the genocide. As you can see this image, US sent this 7th Fleet to support this genocide by the Pakistan army. And it is silent even today on Baluchistan and Bangladesh issues. अभी तक यूएस बलूचिस्तान और बांग्लादेश जैसे इश्यूज पर शांत है। अब ये तो हमने बात की 1971 की, अब आइए बात करते हैं बलूचिस्तान की। आज की अगर हम बात करें, किलिंग्स बाय पाकिस्तान आर्मी around 50,000, rapes uncounted, disappearance 20,000 since 1999, इतने सारे डिसअपियरेंस है। ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट डेटा है। तो इसीलिए ह्यूमन राइट्स काउंसिल ऑफ बलूचिस्तान एज वेल एज एक्टिविस्ट लाइक नाइला कादरी, आपको इमेज दिखा देते हैं, एक्टिविस्ट लाइक नाइला कादरी एज यू कैन सी हियर of the World Baluch Women Forum, and she asserted that rape, इन्होंने कहा रेप इज रूटीन इन पाकिस्तान मिलिट्री कैंप, कि रेप एक रूटीन हो गया है पाकिस्तान मिलिट्री कैंप्स में, एंड पाकिस्तानी आर्मी हैज यूज्ड एनफोर्स्ड डिसअपियरेंसेस, एक्स्ट्रा जुडिशियल किलिंग्स, रेप सेल्स एज ए कॉमन मीडियम ऑफ सप्रेशन। इस चीजों के माध्यम से वो क्या करते हैं, बलूचिस्तान के लोगों को सप्रेस करते हैं। इसीलिए इन सभी बैकग्राउंड में किस चीज का जन्म हो रहा है, ब्रास का। इन सभी चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए ब्रास का जन्म हो रहा है। दैट इज द राइज ऑफ ब्रास इज अ क्लियर मैसेज बाय द बलूचिस्तान पीपल दैट इनफ इज इनफ। Systematic torture of Bengalis till 1971, which triggered independence from Pakistan. Now the same model is happening in Baluchistan, which is operated since 1948, and that model has been failed too. But we have a live example of Myanmar as well as Pakistan, because Myanmar and Pakistan both ruled by military on gunpoint and both destroyed, दोनों ही destroy हुए। क्लियर? तो अब सवाल ये होता है, क्या सही में डीप स्टेट जो है वो जेनोसाइड को प्रमोट कर रहा है बलूचिस्तान में? सो लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इज इट डीप स्टेट हु इज प्रमोटिंग द जेनोसाइड इन बलूचिस्तान रीजन? सो even in Baluchistan, deep state has silently been promoting the genocide of Baluch people को के लिए genocide promote कर रहा है deep state, and US has not ऑफिशियली रिकॉग्नाइज बलूच जेनोसाइड। यूएस ने ऑफिशियली बलूचिस्तान के जेनोसाइड को रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया है, एंड पाकिस्तान हैज बीन अ की अलाई सिंस कोल्ड वॉर, स्पेशली पोस्ट 9/11, एंड द यूएस हैज pumped over $33 billion aid since 2002, and mostly military in nature, to secure Pakistan's cooperation along Baluchistan-Afghan border. And that is why calling out a genocide risk alienating a partner, which means US prioritize Pakistan over human right violence. Now the question here is Mukti Bahini an example for Bras? क्या मुक्ति बाहिनी एग्जाम्पल रहा है ब्रास के लिए? Now Baluchis witnessed the freedom of Bangladesh, which gave them a hope to be independent. तो जब बांग्लादेश इंडिपेंडेंट हुआ, बलूचिस्तान के लोगों को भी एक प्रेरणा मिली कि हम भी इंडिपेंडेंट हो सकते हैं. However, it is difficult to fight with a strong army, even though what Bras displayed in Jaffa train attack recently. So, what Bras displayed in Jaffa train attack recently, जो अभी last week में हुआ, that train hijack operation, which was beyond everybody's expectation. And it is not important whether Pakistan army has taken the control of the situation or not. What is more important here is that the incident sent the shivers down the spine of corrupt generals in Rawalpindi and making them lose their reputation worldwide. So, sensing the weak state of Pakistan army, Mukti Bahini quickly declared the independence in 1971. Even though A.A.K. Niazi, as you can see his image, A.A.K. Niazi, who was the governor of East Pakistan in 1971, and A.A.K. Niazi was fooling the media with no surrender statements. और आज अगर हम coincidence देखें, a similar coincidence was shown today also by the Lieutenant General Ahmad Sharif Chaudhry. यही similar जो coincidence है वो आज ये भी बोल रहे हैं. Today a similar coincidence, clear, a similar confidence was shown today by the Lieutenant General this Ahmad Sharif Chaudhry. तो ये भी उसी तरीके से उसी राह पर चल रहे हैं. Now, अब बांग्लादेश की हालत क्या हुई after 5th August 2024? So Bangladesh from 5th August 2024, when Sheikh Hasina government was ousted and she fled to India in exile. So till date, killings by Razakars more than 3,000, rapes more than 4,700. Now, what about American support? क्या अमेरिका सपोर्ट कर रहा है? So let me tell you, despite Donald Trump as the new president of America, few Americans are operating uninterrupted in Dhaka, and they are supporting an illegally appointed stooge, that is Muhammad Yunus, who is the chief advisor of Bangladesh. And apart from that, you can see this image. These are the people. Clear? Like, let me tell you that rogue former US diplomat Bill Milam, as you can see here, former US diplomat Bill Milam. And apart from this, there are other peoples like Bangladesh Nationalist Party General Secretary Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, then Syed Ahmad Maroof, who is the Pakistan High Commissioner to Bangladesh, former US diplomat John Danilo Wiggs, British High Commissioner to Bangladesh Sarah Cook, and this iftar was hosted by Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP. तो आप देख सकते हैं that rogue former US diplomat Bill Milam, who was the chief of Right to Freedom, and his assistant Mir Jafar also. Mir Jafar, which is a synonym of traitor. Abdul Rahim, who talks about South Asia. So all these people were there in Dhaka for 2 weeks. 2 हफ्ते के लिए ये लोग ढाका में थे. And they visited Chittagong Rohingya camps also. इन्होंने रोहिंग्या कैंप्स में भी विजिट किया है. And they met Jamatis and almost everyone who has contributed towards minority killings in Bangladesh after 5th August 2024. And despite several reports, there is a radio silence from Trump government till now. So these are the things. क्या अभी भी यूएस सपोर्ट कर रहा है इन चीजों को? तो ये सोचने वाली बात है. इसी के साथ ही साथ the most important thing, like in 1971, Operation Searchlight, which was started by Pakistan, West Pakistan against East Pakistan. Similarly, in 2024, Yunus has launched Operation Devil Hunt against Awami League, Sheikh Hasina. So, Operation Searchlight, Raad ul Fasad, as you can see here, and then Operation Devil Hunt. These are some important operations with respect to the history of Bangladesh. सो ऑपरेशन सर्चलाइट जो है इट वाज लॉन्च्ड बाय द टिक्का खान एंड दैट गेव राइज टू मुक्ति बाहिनी, जिसकी वजह से ही मुक्ति बाहिनी बनी थी, ये याद रखिएगा। एंड इट रिजल्टेड इन एन इंडिपेंडेंट बांग्लादेश। देन ऑपरेशन राद उल फसाद, दिस इज लॉन्च्ड बाय कमर जावेद बाजवा which gave rise to BRAS in Baluchistan, है ना। So it is started by whom? Operation Raad ul Fasad by Pakistan Army, that is Qamar Javed Bajwa, which gave rise to BRAS, which is on the verge of declaring the independence. And on the similar lines, last year ISI puppet recently announced Operation Devil Hunt, मोहम्मद यूनुस की जो गवर्नमेंट है बांग्लादेश में, which has united common people against illegal Yunus regime and can soon end up in Bangladesh reset, है ना। तो ये जो ऑपरेशन डेविल हंट शुरू हुआ है which has united the common people against the मोहम्मद यूनुस साहब, उनके रिजीम के खिलाफ में है ये, और इससे कभी भी बांग्लादेश का जो तख्ता पलट है वो पूरी तरीके से, जो वहां की सरकार है वो पूरी तरीके से चेंज हो सकती है। तो ये तीन साइलेंट जो मूवमेंट है, एक तो ऑलरेडी हो चुका है मुक्ति बाहिनी, ये जो दो चल रहे हैं, एक बलूचिस्तान में दूसरा ढाका में, इससे कभी भी पॉलिटिकल चेंज आ सकता है इन रीजन्स में। नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस ISI एसेट्स इन बांग्लादेश आर्मी। अब बांग्लादेश आर्मी में ISI एसेट्स कौन से हैं? तो अगर हम ISI एसेट्स की बात करें तो सबसे जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हमारे माइंड में आती है दैट इज रजाकर्स। नाउ सिंस 2024 the long term sleeper cells of ISI in Dhaka, they have exposed themselves rather been quite open in their activities। तो यहां पे एक बहुत बड़ी लिस्ट भी है जो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं। हियर इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ few who got, or you can say who caught in action। The links of DGFI with ISI are not new। In 2008 Major General Ghulam Muhammad was on the verge of creating Islamic Democratic Party, that is IDP, which had, you can say, direct links with Huji। Then Ghulam was introduced to ISI by his seniors who trained in PMA Kakul region। and इसी के साथ ही साथ the retired Major General Hamidul Haq। अब रिटायर्ड मेजर जनरल हमीदुल हक क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है यहां पर? तो आप यहां पर सबसे पहले देख लीजिए, ये कुछ लिंक्स है ना, ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट लिंक्स हैं। Clear? Like as you can see here, on 12 November 2008 the ambassador met with Director General Forces DGFI Major General Ghulam Muhammad and Counter Terrorism Intelligence Bureau Brigadier General Haq। So during this meeting ambassador informed Muhammad of a conversation that had taken place on 30th October in Washington। तो ये सारी चीजें हैं, ये कुछ रिपोर्ट्स हैं। तो इसी के साथ ही साथ रिटायर्ड मेजर जनरल जिनका नाम है हमीदुल हक, जिनकी इमेज आप देख सकते हैं। अब इनके बारे में मैं थोड़ा बताना चाहता हूं। Retired Major General Hamidul Haq, who was ex-DGFI, who was sent to mandatory retirement on 12 September 2024, along with two former DGs of DGFI, that is Lieutenant Saiful Islam और Lieutenant Saiful Alam आप कह सकते हैं, and Lieutenant General Tabriz Shams। और इसी के साथ ही साथ ये जो हमीद साहब हैं, हमीद साहब met two former US diplomat and ISI officers multiple times in past 2 months, and he has been kept under monitoring since past 2 weeks now। अब इनको मॉनिटर किया जा रहा है। तो इसी के साथ लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल SM कमर उल हसन, who visited Pakistan in January 2025 with a delegation of 6 officers, and sources ने ये भी बताया that Kamarul discussed the strengthening of military control in Bangladesh with Asim Munir over Scotch in Rawalpindi. ये सारी बातें हुई हैं. And he also sought arms supplies to Chittagong and also postponing US government reaction towards ongoing genocide in Bangladesh through Pakistani intelligence network. तो ये कुछ चीजें सामने निकलकर आई. तो इसी के साथ मैं आपको बता दूं कि लेफ्टिनेंट एसएम कमरुल हसन, तो ये कुछ चीजें अभी हमने डिस्कस की. तो इन सभी चीजों को अगर हम लिंक करें, इन सभी चीजों से क्या हमें समझ में आ रहा है? दैट देयर इज अ सिमिलैरिटी like Mukti Bahini, which was there in 1971. Similarly, BRAS, which is created on the same lines in 2025. और दोनों के इश्यूज क्या है? दोनों इंडिपेंडेंस चाहते हैं बांग्लादेश से. जैसे उस समय ईस्ट पाकिस्तान चाहता था वेस्ट पाकिस्तान से, और आज बलूचिस्तान चाहता है पाकिस्तान से. तो ओवरऑल अगर हम देखें, बात करें, तो पाकिस्तान प्लेबुक हैज रिमेन्ड द सेम फॉर द डिकेड्स, लाइक सप्रेस, साइलेंस एंड स्लॉटर. But the history has a strange way of correcting itself. Like Mukti Bahini dismantled Pakistan tyranny in 1971, and today BRAS is sending a shock waves through the corridors of Rawalpindi. So the so-called strongest Muslim army is being humiliated by Baluch fighters, just like it was by the Bangladeshi freedom fighters decades ago. So meanwhile in Bangladesh, the exposure of ISI-backed Razakars and the puppet regime of Yunus proves that foreign conspiracies never really stop. They only change their face. But the people of Bangladesh are resisting. The deep state's hand-picked traitors have been unmasked and their end is near. So the world is watching. Will BRAS succeed where Mukti Bahini once did? Or will Pakistan suffer another military surrender? And will the people of Bangladesh finally free from the foreign interference? So if you found this analysis eye-opening, don't forget to like, share and comment with your thoughts. Let the world know what is happening, and subscribe for more deep insights into South Asia's hidden power struggle, because the truth must be told and the revolution has begun. Thank you so much.